NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
Hello, folks. How you doing, Alex?
A little irritated.
No.
Started the show and out.
Listen, people were concerned about your health, so tell them about that first. Because we did get cards tonight.
I am free from the influenza A virus. That was a tough one. I was out for a while with that, but I'm back ready to roll. Yeah, you can tell my voice is a little hoarse, but other than that, yeah, I'm good. I'm not contagious. But what is making me sick, though, is all this Antonio Brown pessimism in terms of, the Steelers got ripped off. The Steelers could have done better, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I think any rational Steeler fan, of course, initially thought they could get higher picks. So the Steelers got a third and a fifth round pick from the Raiders in exchange for Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown ended up getting $30 million. I think it's about $30 million in guaranteed money, if I'm correct. In addition to his contract now with the Raiders. So, here's the deal. I know that he was rumored to go to Buffalo. He may have actually been destined to go there. But I know he pulled some strings, complained on social media, said it was fake news, and Brown kind of nixed the trade. And honestly, man, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I don't think the Steelers, after the Buffalo situation, and I think the Raiders knew that they would get away with getting a third round pick and a fifth round pick for him. I think the Steelers are just kind of like, we're done. Get it out. They don't want to let this linger around any longer. So it's kind of like they took what they could get, good riddance, and just cut ties, man. It was such an ugly. It was such an ugly, unfortunate saga. And, listen, Antonio Brown, I know he's excited to play with Derek Carr. He's going to be excited when he's finishing the season with 4 wins and 12 losses. I don't know. Look, he might get his stats. Maybe that's all he really cares about. He has his stats, his money, obviously, he cares about. Maybe winning the Super Bowl isn't the biggest thing. He wanted to be paid. He wanted OBJ-level money. And you know what? It's not the type of player I want on my team. Steelers have Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm more than confident in him. And honestly, Edge, do you disagree with anything I'm saying?
No, I'm not a fan of a guy that is disruptive. And he was disruptive. There's no doubt about it. So I'm like, have a good time. Now, I probably would have just kept him and benched him and not traded him and made him really pissed off.
Honestly, there's a part of me that kind of almost wanted that, but I think realistically, they just didn't want to have that around. They didn't want to have that around the team anymore. I honestly feel like Steelers just wanted it to be gone. I can't blame them, honestly. I guess I am kind of surprised they didn't get it a little bit better than a third and fifth round pick. But I think with the way things were going, especially after Brown, nixed the Bills trade, all of a sudden, Antonio Brown's a genius. Him and Drew Rosenhaus were able to get what they want, get away from the Steelers, get that contract. Yeah, I think Brown's career is never going to be the same. Going to Oakland, or Vegas, technically. Man, he'll get, like 60 catches? Give him like 60 catches, maybe 950 yards, maybe even over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns.
The quarterback.
Yeah, is Antonio Brown going to have that same chemistry with Derek Carr? I don't know. Hey, maybe he does. I doubt it. I do expect them to force feed him. So maybe, he will compile a lot of stats at first, just by the nature, how things are going. But other than that, it's a crazy time for your Steeler fan, but also an optimistic time. But for right now, we're going to take a break, and now a word from our sponsors.
This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com. Holy snowman, it's the Turf Bar, home of great sandwiches, appetizers, tacos, you name it, they have it at the Turf Bar. It's just the right food. You'll enjoy those special drinks. They're there too. And get that nice cold beverage, relax, enjoy the Turf Bar. If you ain't there, you should be. Hello, friends. Pinella Brothers, 1701 Hamilton Street, provided funding for this program. Great food and drink, Pinella Brothers.
Welcome back to the Cedar Sports Corner, everybody. And, as we were talking about in our first segment, we had some interesting Steeler news.
I was picking on you. I turned the camera on early.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of used to that by now. I mean, I think anyone who watches the show consistently knows you purposely do things like that.
I love you.
No, it's all right.
I missed you when you were sick. I haven't picked on you. It was like I gave you up for Lent.
Yeah, I know. Right? I'm going to give up you for Lent too. So, but it's like,
hey, how about those pens?
How about those pens? And
they came up with a grant for Hess.
Isn't that special? That is a very, very big thing.
Announced on NCTV45 social media from February 1st, and the train pulled into the station. The pens are at Hess and redid the rink.
That's awesome.
I just think that's stupendous. And I had a very good conversation with Frankie Augustine this week. And Frank says it's a better Duquesne team. And I say I'm tired of the Dukes starting off like a rocket and bursting like a firework in February before the playoffs.
Listen, I mean, you have to understand, though, the later you get into your schedule, that's, the tougher the opponents. You get into your conference play. I mean, look at Pitt. They were, 12-6?
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring them up, but they beat Notre Dame.
They did beat Notre Dame, but Notre Dame's not that good this year either. So it's not like it actually wasn't even like I wanted to come in and rub it in your face, because Notre Dame is that bad this year too. So it's like, what am I gonna say? You know what I mean? But listen, Jeff Capel and Pitt, I'm still optimistic. Look at Tom Crean in Georgia. First year, he was a Pitt target.
How many wins does Pitt have? Do you know?
They're 13-18. 3 ACC wins.
And how many wins does Notre Dame have? I don't know. I
think they're about the exact same record. They're in last place now. I know that.
Does Duquesne get into the NIT with 19 wins?
I don't think unless they win their tournament. I really don't. Just
Not
because.
the big.
Oh,
well,
no, you're right. You're right. I'm thinking of the big dance. Honestly,
Do they deserve a right to go?
oh yeah, they deserve a right to go. Will they get in? I think Duquesne's a good enough team that they should be in. They can't go in. Will they get in? I don't know.
Injuries really hurt them down the stretch.
Mhm.
And the question I would have, as far as injuries go, is the playing surface. The playing surface is looked at a lot in football, but the playing surface in basketball, with regard to shin splints and ankle and leg injuries, isn't really looked at really well.
Mhm.
And Duquesne down the stretch consistently has the injuries.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it is what it is. I don't. It's weird because I really do want them to get in. I really do because it's a local Pittsburgh team, but it's like I haven't heard enough noise from them in the media. Almost, you get what I'm saying? I feel like they're gonna get overlooked. But either way, if I'm a Duquesne fan, I'm still proud. Even if they don't make it. So what would they go to the CBI next? I'm not sure how that would work for them.
That leaves a lot of questions because, as I see it, okay, I don't know, there's two other tournaments, the CBI, the NIT, and there's another one. I don't know who will be looking.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting. You got to put up the money if you're going to go to the minor tournaments.
Well, you as a Duquesne, alum and fan, would you rather Duquesne make the NIT, lose the first game, or them go to the CBI and win the whole tournament?
I don't know.
I still probably would go NIT just because of perception and, a platform. You know what I mean? That's like, you were saying before you would rather, I can't remember if you were saying it was Notre Dame or Duquesne, that you'd rather them get to the NIT and win it instead of going to the March Madness tournament and losing one game. I'm on a different level of thinking, really. I'm all about platform and viewership, things like that. But, either way. But I think now we do need to take another break here. So we'll have a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, I'm not sure what we'll talk about. We'll leave that one up to you, Ange. How about that?
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
Well, we're back.
That we are.
And
My voice is still hoarse.
how do you feel about peanuts?
The reason I'm taking so long to answer this question is because I know you. You have some smart aleck comment. You're like, no, I'm talking about Peanuts the dog, from Charlie Brown or something.
No, this is going to be good.
I mean, I like peanuts.
Will the assorted nuts they call the Pittsburgh Pirates
Mm-hmm.
be able to come up with wins?
Listen, man, I don't think it's looking that good. Again, I was just happy they found a way to finish over 500 last year. And yeah, I know they had that one game that got canceled, but still, they were over 500. I guess when you're the Pirates and you're a Pirate fan, you kind of got to take what you can get.
But here's the question. See, with the Battle and Buccos, I believe they were scouted. Now, last year was their good year, and this year's going to be in the scrubber. I don't know what you think about that. I asked some local baseball aficionados, and they never thought about it in that sense. So, is this the scrub year for the Pirates?
Well, give me like a range of wins, like 70 to 80, 60 to 70. I don't, again, like
70.
I don't see them really being any better than last year. Are they going to be significantly worse than next year? Than last year? I don't know. I'll give them like 70. Between 70, 75. Again, what can you really expect at this point?
Will the Pens do well in the playoffs?
Yeah. What's their seeding?
Even though they're like 4 games back. They're in 4th place, 5th place.
Yeah, but they're still, if the playoffs were to end today, they'd be what, the 5th seed then, right?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Okay. So then, again, we always talk about this. As long as you get into the playoffs, especially in hockey, especially in any sport where it's a best-of-7 series, if you get into the playoffs, it's almost like a crapshoot. I mean, maybe crapshoot's not the best word to use, but like, it's not like, oh, you got home field advantage the first few series. You're definitely a win. You know what I mean? That's just the way I look at it. Excuse me. Speaking of boring and a snooze, something that'll make you yawn is the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. Man, does that guy seem uninterested in playing or what? It seems like he just doesn't care anymore. Like, you know what I think? I think it's like,
spending time at the beach.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, whatever. This is too much pressure. I'd rather just live in Hollywood, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I think he's over it all. Almost. They might not even, doesn't even look like they're going to make the playoffs. Yeah. LeBron James, who went to 8 straight NBA Finals, might not even make the playoffs now. I mean, look, yes, I say that, and we got some LeBron fans out there already causing a fuss, trying to break in. But, like, man, and some people are saying, oh, you should go back to Cleveland again. He's not a Laker. That's Kobe's place.
Going back.
Back and forth and back. Ugh. Honestly, I'm kind of turned off by it. I don't even care anymore. It's like, just forget it. But, well, Angela, we had a pretty fun week in sports. Is there anything you want to add before we sign off?
Get well soon.
Get well soon. I'll try my best. Hopefully by next show I'll have my voice back. But, other than that, I hope everyone enjoyed the show, and take care, everybody.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.